Someone asked a question that when I carry out an ibadah, I become like a bit happy. I feel a bit like, oh, I achieved something. So this is something natural, and it's also not a bad thing in certain way, certain aspect. Because the Prophet ﷺ said, إِذَا سَرَّتْكَ حَسَنَتُكَ وَسَاءَتْكَ سَيِّئَتُكَ فَأَنْتَ مُؤْمِنٌ. You do a good deed, and it creates inside of you like a happiness, mental happiness, like conscious, intellectual happiness. Alhamdulillah, I was able to do a good deed. This is also part of Iman. But he was a bit worried that, am I doing it, like it creates a bit of pride inside of me. So he says here that if a thought, remember, the thought comes to you, did you bring that thought, the thought comes automatically. Thought comes to you, or the thought comes to you naturally, without your wanting. So it's not in your ikhtiyar, beyond your capacity. So then what do you do now? You don't worry about that, number one. Number two, you think to yourself that having this thought that I am good, that I have done something really good, if it comes to you without your ikhtiyar, no problem. Number two, you think that this thought coming, even though it's not my thought, it's shaitan's thought putting it into my mind to try to distract me, it's not a good thought. Number one. Number two. Number three, don't do amal upon this thought. Like for example, I think, let's say for example, I don't do this, but let's say for example, I perform 3 juz tilawah every night in tahajjud. So obviously, naturally, you will feel that alhamdulillah, I've done something. So number one, you think that, if you bring this thought, I am so good, I perform 3 juz in tilawah every night, then this is wrong. If it comes to the thought that, it starts coming, you don't want this thought to come to your mind. Then what do you do here now? You think that having this thought, that which is coming to me, is not my thought, shaitani's thought, it's not a good thing to have inside of me. I don't want this thought. Number to keep that, so that when you have that, it stays away from you. Yes? Number two is, you don't act upon this amal thinking, I am better than him, I am better than him. You don't verbalize it, you don't give it a place in your mind. You just think it as a waswas from shaitan, think this is a bad thought, and just carry on. And along with this, you keep 2 more thoughts in your mind. Number one is, if I am performing, if Allah has given me tawfiq, it's only Allah's tawfiq. Number two, if I am doing this 3 juz at night time every night, I'm doing tahajjud or doing tilawah every night, how many other faults do I have? Number 2. So think of those, I have many other faults. And number 3 is, the 3 juz that tilawah you're doing, there's no guarantee of qabul. We hope for qabul. Allah is very Rahim and very Rahman. So He will, hopefully we have this strong hope that He will accept our amal. What if it's not maqbool? It's not ihtimal, isn't it? What if? You get it? Sometimes like nowadays everybody gets the visa to go for Hajj and Umrah, but sometimes, like let's say before, it's like, what if I don't get the visa? What if I don't get the visa? I feel worried. I bought the ticket, but what if I don't get the visa? I feel a bit, So you should always have that kind of fear inside of you. What if something happens? What if this happens? So like, I'm doing it and I hope Allah accepts it, but it may not be accepted. Yes? And remember, and I know this, remember, that everything depends on husnul khatimah, on your death and how you make sure you die with iman. And even though, inshallah, if you do spend your life good, inshallah, Allah will give you a good death, but there's also a possibility that something could happen. You don't know what's going to happen in the future. You may slip, make mistakes, get into dalala. So if you keep these things in mind, then inshallah it will go away. So sometimes, and also another thing as well is, you have to remember, whenever you do something the first time, it's called exposure therapy. That's my own words in English. Exposure therapy. Like, let's say for example, you have tasbih in your hand. And the first time you have tasbih in your hand, what's going to happen? You feel good. You think everybody's watching me. You think, oh no, am I showing off? And after like a month, 2 months, you think, what are you doing? Nothing. What am I doing? Not doing anything. You got tasbih in your hand. Not very nice. It just becomes like natural. You understand? People imagine in front of stuff. First they think, I'm so good in front of stuff. Someone's watching me. Am I showing off? And you do everything and it becomes a habit. So you have to something expose, like if you just leave the amal, you never get any better because you're not exposing yourself to then train for that. Yes, you have to expose, you have to like get into it. Like for example, you say, I can't play on the big stage. I can't play for Man United. Well, it's not big anymore. I can't play for Real Madrid. I can't play for these big clubs. Too many people there and it's such a big occasion and Champions League. I can't manage it. So just start doing it. And eventually you grow into a situation, it becomes like normal. So just as you play like in training, you forget the whole crowd, you start playing, you focus on the game. The first time you're so scared, too much noise, there's booing, there's this, there's that, you can't focus, you're so confused. And if you're playing for 4 or 5 years, like, the crowd doesn't want to have you, just continue, you get it. So similarly, whatever ibadah you have to do, don't leave it because of the fear of takabbur, or the fear of pride, or the fear of arrogance, or the fear of riya, because then you'll never get any better. So expose yourself to keep doing it, and if after a while, you still counseling yourself, and you're still remembering that, these are all, I'm still shortcomings, I'm still thinking about my evils and my thing, I'm still getting this thought, then you need to then try to cure it, but don't leave the deed, because it will never get any better. You understand? Allah give us tawfiq ta'ala, subhanallah wa bihamdihi, subhanakallahumma wa bihamdika, wa nashhadu an la ilaha illa anta, nastaghfiruka wa natubu ilayk.